The stream is live now, right?
Okay.
It is live, right?
Anna, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
You heard me?
I'm hearing you. And the
Okay.
stream is
First,
live?
yes. So that means we are live now.
Sure.
Okay. First, thing we want to say good day and a pleasant welcome to Jenna's talk. And today we are here to discuss some issues as it relates to gender issues in Liberia, in our various community, and I believe you are joining us or watching us from your residence or place of work, and we can make this a better discussion. You can drop your comment in the comment section, and you're going to help us a lot. So my name is Ambassador Eric Getty, and I'm here with my colleague. She will better introduce herself.
Hannah, I'm Hannah DUD, a volunteer of the Labrador Section to Northeast Violence Awareness Movement.
Okay. Okay, that's Hannah, and my name is Ambassador Eric, also a volunteer of this great movement that is helping and educating many Liberians, young Liberians, how we can make our community a safe place for each and every one of us, be it a girl or a boy, a man or a woman. It is a right of everybody to live a peaceful life, to have a happy life. And we can do that without violence. We can do that without any form of hate, but to live and coexist together as one people. So today we are going to be looking at domestic violence. Domestic violence. Hannah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, you can remember one time when we went to somewhere in 72nd and we were having this discussion with the people, some of the
Yes.
old folks, and they were really like, what do you people call domestic violence? Especially those old man, I mean those older people that were like selling coal and water. So they were asking,
Mm-hmm.
what do you people mean by domestic violence? You people know book. And they were like, we can't understand this thing. So Hannah, we are here today
Yes.
discussing domestic violence. Although most of our followers might have some knowledge on what we are talking about, but I believe this is one of the crucial uh, things that is happening in our country or around the place. So, do you care to tell us, I mean, what do we mean by domestic violence? What's your say?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Hannah, are
domestic
you there?
violence is. Eh?
Are you there? Are
You
you
getting me?
listening? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
I'm there. All
Okay.
right, we are talking about domestic. We are talking about domestic violence. Yeah, it happens everywhere. Happens to anybody. Happens to every sex. Yes. Happens to children, to elderly people
Okay.
in our various homes. Mhm.
So you are saying that domestic violence happens in almost every home, right?
Yeah.
Like family or between two partners, or let's say
In family.
between the husband and
In,
his wife and brothers and sisters. Is that what you are saying?
yes, it happens between family, children, and spouse, BA, and like even you're not so jealous, you're not so jealous. It happens between people that are separated also.
Okay. Okay. So basically, we look at domestic violence to be any action, any behavior, any attitude. I mean, either by one of the partner in a relationship, It can
Yes.
be the man or the woman, that wants to, let's say, exercise or gain control over another person or maintain that power that is in them, or let's say try like maintain their status. Because sometimes we will hear some men saying, I am the man of the home. I am the man of the home. When I'm talking, you don't have to talk. You got to keep quiet. You don't have to talk when I'm talking. I'm the one providing for the home. I'm the one suffering. I'm the one going to work. I'm the one doing everything for this house. So you must do this. You must do that. If you cannot do this, I will do this. I will do that. You try like you put in a person on a pressure that they almost feel like they are nobody. They feel that they are being in a home is just for one or two purpose. You are keeping them. So it's an
Yeah.
action that try to intimidate one of the partner, or try to like look at one partner to be like they are not really important, or they don't have the right to talk. They don't have the right to idea. So this is what we are discussing today. So domestic violence is any attitude, action that one partner might want to exercise against another person in order to control them or to have total right over them, denying them their franchise as a human being. Because we are all made equal according to the Bible. Some people who believe the Bible, because I know the Bible says it, that we are born, we are created equal. And even the law of the country says that we are all equal in nature, whether you are a woman or you are a man. So for you to have total control over another person, denying them their rights as a person, it sometimes makes us to think as if you are the god of the person. And if the person tried like to put resistance, then you see the person who is in a position to exercise that right try to use it against the person to prove to prove their authority or their command or their control. So it happens everywhere in a family, in every household, one way or the other. There is certain form of domestic violence going on there. So
Yeah.
I think this is one of the major challenge in Liberia. This is one of the most talk about issues in Liberia. Because if you listen to the radio, you read a newspaper, you're going to see one or two story where you're going to hear, oh, a man beat his wife and then killed the woman. A woman and her husband were fighting. The husband, the woman did this one, or the wife did this one. We see this thing in the newspaper. We also see people fighting home where children are all also there. Some of the children don't have the strength to part them or to separate them. And at the end of the day, while the fight will intensify, you see that they will want to use weapon, they will want to use enemies, to win the fight. And sometimes the result might not just be too good. So, Hannah, do you have any contribution to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Like you are saying for the children, because once the children are in the house and then they are monitoring the parents, stressing and things, all those can lead to the children in the future too. They will say, oh, what then going on? They may take it as it is good for them. You will see as they are growing up, they begin to grow up violently, abusing their friends and things. So all this derive from the home. Because once the parents are always involved into abuse and that they're growing up, children who are learning from there, they may take it as it is all right for their life. So that you
Okay.
see the children are just, they are growing up with violence and things.
Yes, even sometimes we see some children, they grow up, being somehow physically challenged as a result of some of the fight that occur between the father and the mother at home, because there is this
Yeah.
incident that took place in West Point where we have, I mean, there was a man and his wife fighting, and they had this hot water on the fire, and then they hit the water. The water have to me. The water wasted on a little child. At the end of the day, the child began injured. The child sustained a major injury. So these are some of the negative outcomes to when it comes to domestic violence. I believe so.
Sure.
Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So domestic violence, any action that you use as a person that you think you are in control, any behavior you want to use as a person that you think you are in control to like intimidate the other person or make the person look insignificant or make the person look worthless, or the person you see the person as somebody who doesn't have a value. I mean, these are some other means of domestic violence. So we are also going to be looking at, Anna, are you listening?
I'm there.
Okay. So where do we really see domestic violence occurring?
The domestic violence we actually see occurring in the home, in a relationship.
In a family. Okay.
Yeah.
In a family.
Mm.
Okay. Another area too we can look at is let's say we have this idea where a man and a woman living together, they are not married, or let's say they are living together as boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's what we call cohabitating. Or let's say they are staying together, they are not yet married, but every day they are in a fight. So we also see domestic violence in those areas where the two person living
Yes.
together, they are not married, but they have children, and they are still like watching each other ways or each other action, because sometimes in Liberia we can say let's stay together for some time and monitor each other, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so we we are like monitoring you, you are monitoring me. So but the monitoring we are doing at the end of the day, every day is fight. In short, we are making, I mean, everybody in the community to know that we are on fire. I mean, there are some family or people in a community, almost the entire community knows them for some
Sure.
form of domestic violence. Once it comes to them, I mean, they will testify that yes, indeed, these people are noted for, let's say, insult or fight. They will just have to narrate some kind of story about certain group of people in the community, especially those living together with children. So we also look at the area where, or also in marriage, it's not only when the two persons are not married. We also see people, married, let's say couples who are staying together, but each and every day they are fighting, or let's say one way or the other, the man is using his his status as a man to suppress the woman, to isolate her from certain activities or infringe on her rights. I mean, in the name of marriage, oh, I am married to you. You cannot have two husbands in the home. I'm the husband and you are the wife, so you should obey me. So domestic violence is not only where two people living together as boyfriend and girlfriend. We also see domestic violence in marriages as well. And also we see domestic violence between ex, right? We see
Yeah.
we see that there is this issue where the two person will be living together, and then they are, I mean, certain thing happen and the party or separated. You went your way, like you have to go your way and I have to go my way. But at the end of the day, one person is persistent or consistent that the relationship must hold, and making sure that they deprive the other partner the right to make their choice. Are you there? Yeah, there was this incident where we had this guy, he was arrested. He said, oh, he been loving to this girl. He spent all his money on the girl at the end of the day. So the girl had to, I mean, the two of them couldn't make it. They couldn't understand. They were not compatible. So they separated and the girl went her way and he went his way. But at the end of the day, he started chasing this girl. I mean, putting threat on the girl's life, almost threatening everybody that would go around her. And at the end of the day, he went there and he saw that he saw another guy there fighting between them. So at the end of the day, we saw somebody was a victim in that particular incident. So it also happened between X. Right? And Lauren is on. Lauren, want to say you are welcome. Lawrence, are you hearing us? Lawrence, are you there?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
Lawrence
getting.
is just joining us. Are you there, Lawrence? Okay, Lawrence is just joining us. We, as we were saying, domestic violence is all over the place. Not only in marriage, not in family, not only between boyfriend and girlfriend. So it's all over the place. Almost in every home, there is some form of domestic violence going on there. So that's it. We have we have some we have some kinds of domestic violence or types of domestic violence. Domestic violence is someone beating your wife. Hannah, are you there?
I'm there.
People think that domestic violence is just you beating your wife or
No.
insulting your wife, denying your wife food. So, do you know of any type of domestic violence that we can talk about?
Yeah, there are multiple forms and things that include
Yeah,
the physical, the
physical.
verbal, the emotional, the economic, the religious, the financial, and things, the sexual abuse.
Okay. Lawrence, are you with us?
Yes, with you guys.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Somebody might just want to know you, so you can introduce yourself. I believe our
Um,
listening audience are here and they might want to hear from you.
okay, thank you. My name is Lawrence P. Boomer, and I am member of the Liberal Sexual Gender-Based Violence Movement. And it is a pleasure being on this live to have
Lawrence, you have
some
to be audible.
important
You have to be
to
audible.
have some important discussion as it relates to domestic violence. So
Okay.
I'm well pleased to join you guys.
Welcome.
Okay. So we have been talking about domestic violence. Firstly, we talk about what domestic violence is, and we also look at where domestic violence is taking place. So, as it relates to the topic, you might just give your own input.
Um, okay, thank you. Like I listened to Hannah as she spoke well. Then one thing I want to say concerning domestic violence. Sometimes you find out that these violence have to show up,
Lawrence, we are not getting
when
you.
there is
Coming very
when
low.
these violence.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you just have
When
to be audible a bit.
Uh, like I was saying, these violence show up when it comes to rules and order, because for in every home there should be a rules and order that govern that home. So you find violence sparking out when someone that is within that home try to break those rules and regulations that have been placed in a home. For instance, if you you have a home where you deal with family, and then you lay down some rules and regulation, and when you try to implement these things, sometimes a a spark or and then other fee that they have been they have been uh, taken as a form of violence. But for instance, wherein you try to implement these rules laws and regulation within a home for
Lawrence, you
domestic
have to
violence
increase
that
the volume. You got to increase your voice more. Okay, I think Lawrence will join us later. But as he
Yeah.
was giving his own contribution to the discussion, so there where we are, domestic violence is everywhere and in every form. In one, let's say one way or the others, we have certain form of it being in one family or a certain home. So Hannah, let's get to you. Lauren was speaking, boy, he's up. And I believe he's going to
Yeah.
join up.
Yeah. As I was
You,
assuming on the multiple forms, that would say it includes physical and cyber, emotional, economic, religious, financial, and reproductive or sexual abuses.
so you say the
There are some
physical,
forms.
right? Physical.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the physical aspect that will has to do with uh let's say fighting, blowing somebody, beating somebody, trying
Choking
to
somebody.
strangulate somebody. Somebody want to prove their strength because that way we the men can show our power. We want to jump blow, right? That's the physical
Yeah.
aspect. So form of domestic violence or physical domestic violence. So you have to like beat on the woman, and if the woman doesn't have strength, then she will either start looking for weapon to retaliate
Sure.
or to balance her strength with you, or try to grab you somewhere that you will feel weak. At the end of the day, either you're going to survive it or the grace of God will carry you through. So, Lawrence, welcome back. You were in speech.
Yes, thank you. Yes, like I was saying concerning violence, sometimes you find out that these things spark up once there
Are
is
you getting
rules and
Lauren?
regulation that have been broken as a
Lawrence,
result
you have to
of
be audible.
hello.
You can check your follow.
Okay. We are hearing you. We are listening to you, Lawrence. All right. So, Hannah, you were talking about the physical form of domestic
Physical
violence.
form. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but there is this issue where the women normally are the first to start beating the men. Is that you? Some of
What?
the women are very strong.
Even though so women are strong, but mostly the men always overshadow the woman.
Okay.
Some women are strong, but in most cases the men are the strongest and things. So the
Okay.
man has strength and you see on women like you said. So the woman who don't have a strength, when she get access to weapons and things, she will likely hit on the man, like you were saying. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, there was this case from Maryland where the lady and her husband were fighting, and she tried. I believe that she really tried to defend herself, but at the end of the day, maybe she was only trying to, let's say, make sure and reduce the strength of her husband. But at the end of the day, it resulted, into something very bad that we didn't want to hear. So sometimes that's how it is. Some women are strong, but I don't believe that their strength is actually to challenge men, because like you rightly said, any reasonable person might agree with you that men are stronger. Men are stronger no matter what. Men are stronger. Yes, some women might be physically fit, you know, to exercise their muscle, but I don't believe that it is to that, to that reach where you can be, on the same path with men. So this is This is one of the main things too we got to look at. So women may start to fight, but men, we are always like having the strength. They don't have, but we have. Lawrence, welcome back. I believe you are set. Lawrence, are you there? All right. So physical, that is, this is one of the main form of domestic violence almost in every home. In Liberia, it is very, very that's a prevalent in all homes. We always see men beating their wife, boyfriend beating their girlfriend. We also see people fighting, brothers and sisters, they are fighting in the same home. I mean, this is one of the major form of domestic violence, the physical aspect. Louis, are you there? Lawrence? Lawrence, can
Let
you
me
get
check
us?
a full volume.
Okay. So the physical form of domestic violence also, we see people taking knife to slap somebody, or we also see where water is on the fire, another person will just pick it up and waste it on another person. We see all these things happening. We see, and either the man will go and choke the woman, and they will start like he will want to like restrain her for some time. And these are places where we normally see death coming. Because if you have to go and strangulate somebody for a minimum time, or let's say minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes, I mean, you are like you are like on the path of being a murderer, or let's say taking away the life of somebody. So that is another form. But another form again we want to look at here, Hannah, is the emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. But Hannah, have you ever been beaten by or your husband?
No, no.
I know, right? You are a gender ambassador. So I don't think I mean that man will go that far. I believe
No,
you are
there's no
passing
more
the
such man.
education stage. Eh, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so another form of domestic violence we have to look at too is emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. Have you thought of that, Anna?
Yeah.
Emotional abuse. Have you ever thought of that? That emotional abuse can also be another form of domestic violence. Emotional
Yeah, it is
abuse.
another form. It's
Okay.
another form.
Okay. Do you want to talk to us on that?
Yeah, proceed.
Okay. So emotional, that's a abuse is where you see the man is like exercising full authority. The woman don't have a say, even though it is hurting her, but she just keeping it in her heart, and she is just in a home. She's not happy about it. The man will insult her, insult the family. It happen both sides, not only the woman alone. So if it happens to the man also. So you will see then that they are happy, but they are not happy. You see that two persons living together, you will see them smiling. When they are among people, they are like everything is okay. But deep within themselves, there is something that is killing them. There is something that is killing them. Either the way the man can talk to the wife, or the way the wife can approach the man. So at the end of the day, you know, that man may not be feeling, happy in the home. He might just be acting. You are acting. You are acting your happiness. Yeah, you are on the stage to be acting. But The real problem is at home. Sometimes even some men when let's say they are coming from job, once they see that their time is out and they are getting ready to go home, they will start thinking, oh my God, I'm going home again. I'm going to bother with this thing again. They are always having that kind of feeling. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is another form of domestic violence, because the woman is not happy with you. The woman is hurt in or her life. The man is not happy with you. Yes, so that's another form of domestic violence that we can look at. Do you have any contribution to that before Lawrence can join us?
Hmm?
Hannah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Is there any contribution maybe you may want to make on emotional abuse as a form of domestic violence? But Hannah, come to think of
Okay.
it, Hannah, are you there? Come to think of
Yeah.
it, you and somebody living somewhere, and the two of you should be partners, but the person just cut off from you, not speaking to you. I mean, they just become silent on you. I mean, the way you people used to talk, you don't talk like that again. Things that you people used to do, you people are no longer doing it, and you see that everybody is just by themselves, and you are doing everything. Either one partner is doing everything possible to settle the matter, but another person is just there being resistant. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm
Silent
back. Yeah,
treatment. And we call that one silent treatment, right?
Eric, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back, Lawrence. Go ahead.
Um, yeah, like you just spoke of emotional abuse, right? Like
Okay,
for emotional abuse, is kind of more harmful as well because for that
okay,
the person is not doing something physically to harm you, but for instance you are putting all your trust into this person, and let's look at the relationship aspect where you and the person are together. Sometimes the person because this person most often, and then that person try to put up certain behavior that is not right, and then they're giving you cold shoulder for our setting, we call it cold shoulder. So that is also like you are staying away or you're avoiding that person. You don't have to fight them, but it also have implication on the person who you are doing that to. It also plays on their mind, and then sometimes you see some people, they say people, somebody go and carry on suicide, somebody go and do XYZ. These are all form of emotional abuse. Sometimes, like for instance, if a person is have been harassed within a community, they cannot stand that shame within that community. So for that reason, you find them isolating themselves from the community, and they want to go elsewhere to to be free, but they cannot find that space. They have not been incorporated. So all of that have impact.
okay, okay. Are you there, Lawrence?
Yes,
Okay, so that's what we are talking about. Emotional abuse. I think that was very great, because like the one you talk about, I mean, normally it results into something very negative, because if the person feel that they don't have that kind of relationship where you are not talking to, I mean, you should be talking to them, everything should be smooth, but you are not physically assaulting them or hating them, but you just silent, or you try to like uh, use the person humility as a form of their weakness. I mean, it traumatizes the person to the extent that sometimes it results into suicide, like you are rightly saying.
definitely. So for that aspect, it somehow plays on the person mind, and then you find out that maybe the person want to go and do something that will have negative impact on their own life, because not everyone have that resistance to cope with emotional abuse. So for them, they feel they have been neglected, so they want to do something, and also harmful to you that are doing that, because if the person cannot withstand that emotional abuse, they want to free themselves, either to do something that will be harmful on your own
Yeah.
part. So it's both way, and it's dangerous.
Yes. Some people might retaliate in a very, negative way that you might even regret your action. Lawrence, there is this common saying that we normally hear people saying, I can't leave my man for cheating, or I can't leave my man because he did this, he did that. But these are things that normally bring emotional, let's say, feeling to the person, because at the end of the day, the person has put trust in you. Maybe your action might not just be one, but something that is in you. You are made it your habit. You don't want to come out of it, but you either want to use your partner gentleness so you can rely on them on that. So it also brings, that is, emotional abuse as well to the person.
Those
Sometimes when
for
you
for
do, they say, okay, I will use this means. If you are too
for
calm, if you can talk, all those one they can use it against you too.
for instance, those who use those words that I cannot leave my relationship because they cheat on me or XYZ. Sometimes they say these things out of encouragement. They say it to encourage themselves, but not a lot of them will withstand that. Not a lot of people will withstand that. Others make that statement as as a statement to encourage themselves, not to do things negative. So you'll
Okay.
find out that people will say I cannot do this because this person do this. They are trying to encourage themselves so that they can be moved easily, because others people don't have that resistance. So for instance, sometimes you find out that or lady will catch her man cheating, right? And then
Yeah.
her action on the scene, it leaves her going to jail for the fact that maybe she don't have that resistance to withstand what she have seen, and then just want to do something to free herself, to
Mhm.
get it out of her mind, and then end of the day you find that person being placed behind bar because of their own temper. So sometimes these things, it have negative impact on people. Other will say me I cannot do this because the person do this. But it is a word of encouragement to yourself. But not many people will go about to hold that and say, oh yeah, because this person cheat on me, I will accept it and move on. No, not a lot of people.
Yeah, it reminds me of this story between two ladies that was trending in social media, where they really went to beat on another another woman for her husband, and at the end of the day, she ended up going to jail. And I'm very sure you know of that story, right?
Yes, I heard it. I saw that, and it was all on the social media.
Yeah.
These are some of the things we say that violence, for the fact that she and her man been together, and then she found out that this person is cheating on her. So that at that point she just needed to do something, so her reaction and lead her in a negative form, where she had been placed, somewhere that she went not to be. But because of her emotions, sometimes our emotions lead us into temptation and lead us into problem. So, for instance, these things are all forms of violence that people need to work towards, and they need to have that mind, and sometimes to they're resistant to avoid these things. I think Abba have joined us. I think Abba is.
All right, Abbott, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Abbott. The audience might just want to hear you. Abbott, are you there? Okay, I think we will get him. So, uh, some of these things, some of these violence that might go on, it might just be as a result of emotional abuse at home, all those things. So we have left that. And another form again we got to look at is sexual assault. Hannah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Lawrence, are you with us?
I'm here.
Okay, okay.
So
So that is sexual assault. We would like to talk on that as well because it's another form of domestic violence. I believe so.
okay.
Yeah, somebody can come in with that.
Yes, on the sexual assault, for instance, they have been eminent in our society where you see more women have been victimized of sexual assault, wherein it's also it's also a form of harassment. Maybe you find that taking place at work site where you find the bosses trying to harass those female workers that is within an institution sexually. For instance, if you see a person pass or lady passing, and then some men are so brave to the extent that they will see a lady passing and then want to knock the person from the back, and that is an assault on the person because you don't have right to do that. You don't have right to see someone else's wife and then you place your hands on them. It is an assault. So I'm strongly against that, and I don't think it is necessary for our society because this form of sexual assault is being placed in most of these areas that you find females that are working in places. So I think these things have negative impact, and sometimes men also are victim of that, but you don't see them raising their voice or raising an alarm. Definitely, at some workplaces, you'll find a lady who 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 have a crush on a guy, and then all she does, maybe the man is working, she left her desk and go and sit on his lap, and forgetting that man have his own relationship. Sometimes it don't go down well with them, but they won't come out to say it. But it's also an assault on the part of the man also. So I think it is both way, so we can look into that also. All I would say, only women have been victimized in that aspect, but men also at workplaces have been harassed sexually.
Yes. Yes.
Let me
Yeah,
say
as it
something.
relates to the domestic aspect, there one time when we went to a sexual project, I think we went there to carry on awareness. I believe so. Okay, Aba, you are welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Let me see, I'm home.
Aba, you need audible. You need to be audible. We want to hear you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying thank you for the welcoming statement. I'm very, very much happy to be on this fascinating platform. And imagine, you have been on the show, I think 1 hour ago, but I have a million of ways to attend to here on the front of our campus. So, about keeping on the delay, happy and grateful I'm here present. And let me say thank you, and I thank you,
We are
Spring.
not getting you,
Thank
Abba.
you.
Aba, you need to be.
Yeah, okay. So, as per the public discussion, it is something that needs to be discussed about almost every day, every moment, every second of our life, because this is becoming unbecoming. We see family members, we see aunties, we see uncles, we see relatives.
Okay, I think Abbas has left us. So, there was this question some students were asking us when we went to a special project. They say,
Yeah.
if I'm married, can I rape my woman? if I want to like force my way on her, would that be rape? And we said yes. They said, but I marry her. How come it will be rape? I mean, I mean, so let's look at it this way. Sometimes if I mean we see those kind of things happening in a home where the woman will either be denying the man or the man might be denying the woman. And at the end of the day, so we need to say, they for me, I will force my way. Either they will force their way on the man. And some men too will say, this thing can work. I will have to force my way, and they will force their way on the woman. Do you think rape or sexual abuse between married people is as a result of somebody denying one partner? Do you think so? Hannah, are you there?
I'm there.
Yeah, why you think might rather be the result, or let's say the cause for rape between married couple? Because we have heard that several times where people go to court and say, oh yes, this man have been abusing me homosexually, and there should be something like an agreement between two persons. How come it has become an abuse? Why you think might be the cause?
Yeah, for some couples, let's say either boyfriend or girlfriend or married couples, married though, each person is for another person, but in some cases too, it better ask for the person consent. For sometimes there is no asking for the consent, but whatever they want to do, they must do it. Then all the issue, the woman may not be in the mood and things, but as every night, they should never want to do, you want to like have sex with the woman, and then she will not in the mood, and then she will deny the man. Some men do can control like emotion, or start the fighting and things and do to force and do this.
Okay.
And even having the married home, even in relationship, like they ask for the person consent and things.
Okay. But some people might want to use that as a means to punish a man. Other man might want to use that as a means of punishing the woman, or the woman might, I mean, if vice versa.
Now, when the most say no, let no be no. Yeah, let
So,
no be no.
Lawrence, it's up to you.
I try this.
Lawrence?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, we are
Can you,
listening.
okay, for that aspect, I would say, because I don't think, let's look at the marriage aspect. You find out that coming out when there is confusion. It's only when it's confusion, because I don't think in my own mind a married couple will in peace happily, and then the woman will say, oh, I'm tired, or I don't want to do whatever the man is asking. Sometimes the women, they are they're very wise, and they know how to strategize. They know that when there is confusion, in other way for that man to reconcile, he will want to have one or two things to do. So for that aspect, then they will hold that against you, and they will make a request. If you cannot adhere to that, and then it become a raise an alarm also when it comes to the married couple aspect. So sometimes you'll find out that the woman will say the man is harassing her, where they have been married for like they have been married for like 2 3 years. They have not one day come on. But once it's within the home, you'll find out that women will always use that confusion to punish the men. So they are one of the reasons that you find out that in most homes, women will come up with the alarm that, oh, the man harassed me, he won't he you know and you and the man together for like 2 3 years, you are not being harassed. So what now?
But why if it happen both sides, it happen to the other side because we are seeing some women too complaining that their husband is denying them, their husband get tested. I think it's the same, right?
Yeah, sure. So it's the same. Sometimes the men too want to prove that he don't care. In a sense that maybe he had issue with the woman and then he want to stay away, he want to avoid her. So he will find out that he will acting too. Both parties will be acting. So it raise an alarm also. Then now the lady too, who is not who is jealous, she will say this man is loving. Also that's the reason.
So that means it happening to both partner. A sexual assault is also something that can be done against woman and a man. Not only the woman alone, right? I believe so.
So yes,
Yeah.
Okay. But in all we can say that women are mostly the victim.
Sure.
yes, sure. The percentage as it relates to women being victimized is more higher than men.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And we meeting to experience both of year from.
So Hannah, you shouldn't just be saying that men can assault. This
You're not
sexual
saying you,
assault.
but I'm saying that the situation of domestic violence. Yeah, women tend to experience most of year from. I think yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's look
So
at
women are more
let's look at
victimized.
let's look at some other form of domestic violence. Then I think we can look at the causes and the prevention. And when it comes to domestic violence in Liberia, we can talk about that also. But let's look at this one, which is isolation. Isolation. Most time you see that uh the man will go to the extent of depriving a woman of association. Say you don't have to talk to this person, you don't have to go to this place, you must go to this place. I mean, they will have to restrain them or restrict them to a particular, you know, group of socialization, to a particular group of, I mean, that's a special socialization, or either in the house,
Hmm.
from house, in the market, from the market to the house. No visiting friends, no doing anything outside of you being home. And they even go to the extent of threatening another person. If you come around my woman, it will be like this. We also see this with people who have been separated, like let's say they are no longer loving or ex, where you will see the guy will go and be threatening another man that wants to come, or I mean, that wants to build a relationship with this girl he has left. But maybe one way or the other, either he has suffered for this girl or some of the things he has gone through for this girl, he may not want for the girl to have anything to do with relationship, and the girl may not really want this relationship. And we see that they will go to the extent of threatening another person and monitoring their life, talking them, all these things. So isolation is another form we can also look at too. Is another form of domestic violence. You want to restrict the person's life, you want to control them, you want to dominate their life, you want to pursue them, make sure you monitor all of their activities. I mean, they shouldn't even have a space to breathe. I think that also another form of domestic violence. Sometimes they even go to the tend to go to the person's house and break in the house. I mean, break the door and say, "Oh, somebody is in here." And the girl will say, "But what you still looking for behind me? We are no longer loving. I've let you go your way. Go. Let me go my way." But they may not want to. I also think it's another form of domestic violence. Lauren, what do you think about that, or Hannah?
Uh, yes, for that when it comes to the isolation part, I think it all starts from in a home, for instance, where you have two persons into a relationship, and then First thing, there should be trust.
Mm-hmm.
There should be trust. Once there is no trust, for instance, as I see people partners, I have seen married people saying, "Don't touch my phone. I will not touch your phone." So some of these things, when you try to isolate certain things from the person, you find out it raises alarm, and then that person too try to do the same. Because for instance, if you have your phone and then you most women will put password on their phone, and they got special call that they can answer, where to answer that call and how to answer that call. So sometimes you find out that the men will always want to know. And when your phone ring, your man will always want to know who is calling. For instance, I don't think there should be isolation when it comes to you touching your partner's phone. But in most cases, women have serious issue with that. They don't want their men to have access to their phone. They will isolate it either by putting password. So for that instance, in other words, when you have two person into a relationship and then the person and another person say, "Oh, I don't want this relationship." I don't think you have to force anything. I don't think you have men. I don't think any men who is who don't want to get involved into a problem with something that is not right. But if the person say, "Oh, I don't want the relationship," you as a person, you is that where now you have to isolate yourself from them, not by going against them physically, but to stay away. But you find out most men will want to force what cannot be forced. They want to do it at all costs. And sometimes maybe you and the person together, your break up 1 or 2 weeks. Then you forcibly go to the person's house, and then you try to persuade them, "Oh, I beg you, I apologize," and this and that. And then where in you find most people waiting a line on rape cases. Because if the person say they don't want you, and then you go to them to appeal. In appealing, you want to force them to have sex. At the end of the day, you find yourself in problem. You find yourself in trouble. So I think these are some of the reasons when it comes to isolating things that someone should have access to. When it comes to your phone, most female, their phone is their treasure. They don't let it go easily. Even if they're into a relationship, that phone. If you want you and a woman to be friendly, don't go near her phone. And I think it is wrong.
Okay. So this one we were talking about too, where the man will restrict the woman. You cannot go to this place. You cannot go to that place. I mean, just denying the person freedom. Like
For that, for
where
that
he
it
used
is
to go out with friends.
for that it is wrong.
Okay.
In this life, you just have to trust. No one is perfect, but you just have to build that trust. So you as a man, if you feel you want to be checking behind women to say, "Oh," or your woman you want to check behind her, say, you don't have right to go to this place. You don't have right to go to this place. Okay, granted. But there are other places that you grant them access, like going to the market. So if a woman want to love, she can even use the market to do what she want to do. Go to the market, do what she want to do, whatever more, and come back. All you know, she go to the market. So I don't think it is necessary.
Joanna, I hear you.
Hmm?
Let's hear you. When it comes to that, your husband say you cannot go anywhere. In fact, when you go, you say, "Long, where you coming from?" I went to before you could even come from your mother. Two or three slap now enter. So we also see that as domestic violence, where you see the man will say, "Don't go to this place, don't go to that place." They will just restrict you in a room, and you will be stuck in our home. You have nowhere to go. You are emotionally traumatized. Uh, Socially, you are not up to the task. You just everything about you is just from either work to home. No association. Do you see that as
Yeah, that's some of the forms of violence that which is not
okay?
also good. because you know they control him more, but then like see the person movement, see telling the person oh who to different way in the community, who to talk with in the community, all that is not right. Yeah, just see the person not impressing, but you just treating it like a prisoner. No freedom of no free movement. That is not also right.
Lauren, let's look at the causes. What really cause, what are the causes of domestic violence? We really want to look at that. Why should there be domestic violence all over the place or in the home? Why some men are violent or some women are violent? Why we see violence or
Because
in different forms, different homes? Why?
as it relates to the homes matter, no one want to be wrong, and no one want to be wrong. Everyone want to be right, and everyone want to stay out. And you cannot have two captains running a ship. So one reason or one of the cause of that is a person who don't want to accept their wrong.
Okay.
Because if you are doing things over and over, and then you should to know that okay, what I'm doing is not right, but for the fact that you don't want to accept your wrong, and then other two want to, you expect the other persons to align with you because you don't want to accept. So sometimes other people I will not have the same way of reacting. So for that reason, you'll find violence always. You always find violence because no one want to be wrong. No one want to take responsibility of their wrongdoing or their wrong actions.
Okay.
Yeah. So for that reason, you always find out violence ongoing because no one want to accept their wrongdoing. So I think that is one of the cause because if we are looking at our mistake and we want to work on that, I think there will be no violence, there will be no form, and also the lack of the lack of rules and regulation. No one want to be into a relationship where the man will tell you, say, I'm the head of this home, but right, everybody should be in bed by 9:30, and you have a partner who want to be free, who want to be loose, who has a lot of friends. So for me, and I living in order to be in market bars where in are coming to be 6 o'clock. So if you do that 1 or 2 times the message, I want everybody to be home because you should set an example for your children because if the message I want everybody to be home by 8 o'clock, and then the woman say me and I come to the hall 8 o'clock, I come in 10 o'clock. When you come 10 o'clock, the message you don't want to withstand that situation. So you don't get angry, not controlling your emotion, to raise his hand upon you, so that causes violence. So sometimes in most cases the women are the cause.
Anna, is that you? Do you want do you want to say something?
Everyone at the cost, both channel at the cost. So some of the causes that we anchor the anchor management issues.
Come
So it's really
again.
the more having to I said that the anchor management issues.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the men will now want to control his anchor. They want to they will now want to control our anchor and things. So some of the causes of violence. They see us all growing up in the family, where domestic violence was accepted. So Like you move on, it's just going on, they accept it, and things, or like attention, lack of attention, disrespect.
Yeah, and I think you are right because if you look at anger management too, is it's another key cause of domestic violence. Because if you can
Yeah,
control your anger, some people they can get angry to the extent that they will say, until I do this thing before my heart gets satisfied in our Liberian way,
yes,
I will not live
and they can
until I
do
do
it.
what I want to do. And the thing you want to do might not really be correct. At the end of the day, you will go and do that thing. Then, before you look, that thing you did now put you in problem. So, anger
You kind of
management is very good. That's why every young man, you have to have some emotional control. Yes, you got to manage your anger. That's why most times I tell young people, when they are in a gathering, I mean, they want to show muscle, they want to show their strength. Imagine what happened in Kakata, right? I mean, that little boy that killed his friend as a
yeah,
result
yeah,
of the friend dancing with his girlfriend. They will normally go to those places where they want to prove that they are the men on ground. Yes. So anger management is very important. And in everything, somebody must just be wrong and somebody be right. Some men hardly accept their wrong. Some women too hardly accept their wrong. So I think if we will learn to accept our wrong, sometimes some of these things will not really be an issue. Because if you wrong somebody, you tell them say I'm sorry, and you realize your mistake, I don't think that person will go to the extent of trying to retaliate or harm you or try to do something negative. So that is important to anger management. Like the one you're talking about too, where people growing up or children growing up in an environment where you you see domestic violence is a hallmark or normal. I mean, they will grow up with the same kind of attitude in them. Because if I
yeah,
grow up with my pa, I mean, see my pa beating my father, I mean, that's it, my pa beating my mother, they have been fight every day. At the end of the day, I mean, come to think of it, sometimes if I am not that kind of person that either I supposed to grow up with my own attitude, I supposed to grow up responsible. At the end of the day, I will either copy from my father. The same way with the girls. We can learn from mother, we can learn from father. So that's also another because when I grew up too, I used to see my father always angry. He always want to be right. I would want to apply the same thing on my wife to be. Or when I'm married in the future, I would want to keep. I want to let's say apply the same thing, and it may not work for me. So anger management is very important. So now look at
Sometimes,
jealousy
so,
too. Jealousy, the Lauren was
so,
talking jealousy. You don't trust the person. You have to listen the person from all socialization, all their friends. That jealousy. You don't want the person to make fall. You don't want the person to even take an inch. And the person is not an animal that you will just start in one area. Everybody has feelings. You can't tell me to one area. You say just stay there. Don't go anywhere. Don't talk with somebody. Don't communicate with anybody. In fact, don't go on social media. You deny me all the rights that I should be having. And at the end of the day, who will I be? I will just be like a slave to you. So I think Larry is right. We just need to trust. Trust is just what we need. I believe so.
okay, also on the anger management, one thing that anyone can do to control their anger, I think, is to walk away for a situation that you think that is going to spark up tension. For instance, if you are angry, just walk away for it and have a quiet time. Sometimes it help. Sometimes it help because if you are angry and then you decide to walk away, the moment you leave that scene, your anger try to calm down, your anger try to release from, from that anger, because the more you are on the scene, and a lot of things going to be coming into your mind, a lot of things going to be coming registering in your mind that is not good. So you try to lose your anger.
All right. So now look at the cultural aspect. The cultural aspect. You know, we are born in a society where uh, the definition of a woman, the definition of a man is being learned. What we learn is what we apply. We 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 have grown up to believe that man should be the head and woman should always say yes. Man is the head and woman should always be there to say yes. Although I don't see that concept as a bad concept, but culturally it has affected women greatly, and it has been a prominent cause of domestic violence. Being in charge, men being in charge. So how do you look at
Yes,
that too? I think it is also another cause.
yes. For me, I think that have hampered our society in a lot of ways, wherein because of cultural value. It is good to practice your culture, wherein women should pay respect to their men, 100%, and that is granted. But in other sense, wherein people have used the cultural aspect to to violate other rights. So based on that, I think it is wrong. For instance, wherein you find in a traditional setting where that is in our culture, where you have a man, one man can go and get two or three women, and you bring them together, get out of control them. End of the day, when you go on and find out that once they get in the laws, the other yes, the other person stab their friend, the other person stab their friend, because all of that it cause confusion. So our cultural value is important, but there's a way in which that we can practice that will not cause forms of violence. So I'm strongly believe in our cultural value and also against of cultural value that will cause violence.
Okay. So let's look at the aspect of domestic violence as it relates to Liberia. Liberia has been one of the countries when it comes to domestic violence. We see women are mostly involved in promoting gender equality, and but we don't just see their effort being materialized, because from what we see or what we hear on the radio and read in the newspaper is all an indication that we still have a long way to go when it comes to the issue of minimizing domestic violence in Liberia. Because in 2000 now we have this national gender policy, and then in 2020 in 2019 we had the 54 legislature passing the Domestic Violence Act into law. But we still see that we have a long way to go. We still see that we have a long way to go. Why do you think it's happening that way? It said that some of the laws that were passed is not being implied or applied to as it relates to those that are involved into those, into domestic violence.
Yes,
Hello, guys.
definitely, definitely. I would say due to our justice system, which is very weak, for that reason, you find lot of domestic violence in and around Monrovia. For instance, because for 1 5, let's look at some of these rape cases where you have those who have caused this crime and found guilty. They have been placed behind bars, but end of the day, you see them being released in the community. So it breaks down the system, and also it shows no form of implementation. Because if a person does something that is harmful for towards the society, I think the wherein the rules and law have to take a course. And if that person is found guilty, they should make sure that person serve whatever time that they should have been serving. But for 1 5, you will see that in most cases, you find out that people commit a crime and go to jail, and end of the day, that person come out. So those who raise the alarm, they feel insecure. Their life have been insecure as well. So sometimes when this person come from prison, they go to those that raise the alarm to threaten them. Your fee are not going to come out. I'm out now. But the one I will do, you guys gonna know. So all of these things, I feel there are not been a lot of implementation when it comes to implementing the rules and law of our country. So for that reason, you find a lot of domestic violent cases around, and there have been no implementation. So I think that's one of the reasons.
Yes, because after the domestic violence act was passed, there was this excitement on the faces of Liberian that at least the president did well and the legislature did well. But at the end of the day, we still see domestic violence being prevalent, and it is even more escalating on a high ratio. Seriously. So I think it's just the law, because most times people who are involved in those things, when most time when there is a fight between people in a house, they will just invite the police, and the police will come there and arrest them, carry them, place them in. They will not even go to jail. They will either tell them you are fine for how you call it, misconduct, and they will just to the extent that it have become a norm where somebody can tell you, say, we will just fight, or I will bill you. If the hospital, I'll pay the hospital bill. Either to the police station, I will pay money. So it has just become something like a culture now in Liberia, where a man can just beat on his wife, and he goes to jail, and at the end of the day, you see him coming back, smiling, everything is okay. But the one he's going to do next is, for me, will even be worse than the one he had done. So I think these are some of the reasons. But if we have a very strong deterrence that will, try to be applied to those that are doing those things, I believe we will have some good results coming out of it. Hannah, are you there? Hannah? Okay. So that's it. What we are talking about is the law should be the law. The law should take its course for anyone that is involved into domestic violence. It shouldn't just be about you going to the police station to pay fine for misconduct. That's why we are talking.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at the prevention. Anna, what do you think when it comes to preventing or minimizing domestic violence in our burial homes, even in Liberia? I know one way or the other we are involved in one aspect of it, which is the educational aspect, making sure that our people are educated when it comes to those things. But what other means do you think can be uh, okay for us as a way of moving forward?
Yeah, but also the importance of prevention. We have to empower ourselves to break the cycle of ensuring that every home becomes a sanctuary for everyone to flourish without fear. Yes, and mostly only awareness. Getting me? Are you there?
Okay.
Are you there?
So I think we need to get past on this education online to our audience or anybody that might be somehow going on some tough time when it comes to domestic violence at home or at workplaces. We see that more people who are victims of those things we are talking about, domestic violence, we see that they don't report it at all. They don't report it. They just keep mute or silent on it. Some of them are in a home, they are beating them, kicking them, but they don't report it. They just feel comfortable living with it. I mean, it brings a question. I mean, it raises a serious question. How can you be living in they are threatening your life and you are just there living comfortably? I think something needs to be done and we need to speak out. If you are in a violent home, you need to speak out. You need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to somebody. You shouldn't allow the person to tell you, hey, if you tell anybody, or if you go and report it, I will do this to you, I will do that to you, and you are just silent about it. I think there should be a time where you will have to come to a point where you have to speak to somebody about it. You have to tell some of the family members about what is happening between you and your husband. You can't just keep silent. And these are some of the people you see that they will say, oh, this man killed his wife. And say, but this man, I was good at this. This man, I don't know this man to be that kind of man. But because the person that is the victim of the domestic violence is not reporting it. So everybody sees the man as a good man. Everybody sees the man as a good man. And at the end of the day, he is very bad, wicked, and worse at home. But the wife is not reporting it. The wife is not reporting it. Are you there? So I think there's a need that if if anyone that is going through any abuse or domestic violence, they should speak out. Talk to somebody about it. What do you think? Do you think that's a very good idea to prevent domestic violence? Anna, are you getting me? Are you getting me? We are saying there's a need to report domestic violence. There's a need to report domestic violence. There are some women at home, the man is beating them up, doing everything, some kind of thing to them, but they are just comfortably sitting home without reporting it. And I think it is another way of giving rise to domestic violence. Lawrence, what do you think? Lawrence, we are not getting you.
To raise the alarm, but for some
Okay.
reason,
Okay.
that's why you. So if you are not raising the alarm, which means you in favor of what the person is doing, right? But if you're raising the alarm,
Yes,
it
yes.
shows that you are against it. It shows that you are against it. You are not raising the alarm, which means you are in favor of what's going on. You don't want to have your life, and if you are not raising the alarm, no one will go raise the alarm for you. Yourself have to raise your own alarm. But in some cases, some women some women feel that those men who is harassing them because of what they can get. Maybe the person is financially strong. At the end of the day, the man blow one of your album. It gets sorted, then the man look at you and give you. The man look at you and give you 300 USA. Be sorry. Okay. You accept it, you take the 300, you hold it. Then you may have water, you want the other side. You want the one album. When you finish one that one album after 1 or 2 weeks, the man blow the other album again. Then the man look at you again and give you 350. So which means because of the money, you are willing to sacrifice your body. So in some of those cases, you find out that the man will beat on his wife, and then they pet her, he'll provide something that he know that she will like, and then she will see that she will see that alarm. She won't raise the alarm again. So I think that is wrong. Because if you continue doing that, you don't know the next action, you don't know the next plan of the person. So they will lead you to your death. So I think women should raise alarm, regardless of what they're receiving from that person or not.
Yes, yeah. There's a need to report. There's a need to report. You have to report. You have to speak up. No matter the threat, you have to speak up. So I think if there are some form of violence going in so many homes, and the victim is just in a position where they are not able to report, and they keep abusing them. That's why we're telling Hannah that there are some men you will hear, oh, they beat and kill their wife, and you say, what, that man, that good man? I don't think it is true. But sometimes it might be true because the man may be doing the thing at home, and the woman might have that fear of reporting it. So at the end of the day, it wouldn't going to come out as a surprise. So I think we are also on a good path when it comes to preventing domestic violence. That is, we are involved into education, going into community, carry on awareness, educating the young folks, as well as educating our mothers and our fathers when it comes to domestic violence as something that is a chaos in society, something that has taken the life of so many good citizens and innocent people as well. And we believe that with the education and the implementation of the laws that are there in making sure that those who are the perpetrators be brought to justice, we believe that we will have a good way to go. So awareness is very important. Awareness is important. Sometimes we go on a few, our interaction with those people that we talk to, I mean, it shows to us that there are a lot of people that have no idea on domestic or gender-based issue or gender issues. Some of them some of them can even tell us privately that what we are educating them on, it is happening to them, but they don't see, they have not been educated to like report it. They sometimes confide in us that it is something that they have been living with. It is something that they have been living with. And the education is important. The education is important. The education is important. And I think if anybody is in an abusive relationship and they see that there is no result coming or something good coming out of it, it is better you walk away. It is better you walk away and save your life. You walk away and save your life because you have tried your best, but no way. Every day fight, every day abuses, every day palava, and you people fighting every day. If you people can, if the two of you are not compatible, it is better you run for your life. Walk out of that marriage or walk out of that relationship and save your life because your life is more precious to you, to your children, and those that are surrounding you than somebody just taking it away. Well, I'm just saying before the sunrise. So I believe education is very important in preventing domestic violence. Lawrence, are you there?
Yes, I'm here definitely. So the more awareness that we carry out is lighting the minds of dwellers, and it's also important. So this awareness that we've been carrying out, I think it's also helping. Even though we have not covered the entire country, but at least we have done like 65% within Monrovia. So I think we still need more to do, and then we we have a lot of work to do. Also, we also want to encourage the Ministry of Gender to also have foot soldier who will be on the field like we've been doing, like we are doing. So I think for that reason, we will all help to fight against domestic violence.
All right, Hannah, let hear your parting comments. Then we'll turn it
Yeah,
over to Lawrence.
for domestic violence prevention, we need society too must therefore involve more way to guide against disrespecting members, especially in the marriage, all this and things, and also like the awareness too. Even at our homes, in our community, we can also like carry on the awareness. Let the awareness continue. There are some people they are always abused, but they don't really know and
Okay.
they are not speaking it out. So like to educate
All right.
people,
That was her parting
yeah,
comment. So,
yeah, on the
Lawrence,
violations.
I think I will leave it up to you to end the show. Are you there?
Uh, and yeah,
Okay. So that's what we've been talking about, domestic violence, and we believe that you will have your own contribution to watch the discussion. Uh, Many thanks to our viewers and also those that have been following us, following our work. I mean, we have to work to get the Liberia we want because we are tired with violence, and violence is not the way forward. So I believe that if we can work together as one people, we can meet up with our target. Domestic violence is not the way forward. And we believe that you need to report it. Don't keep it. Don't hide it. report it. Talk to a family member about it. If your partner is mistreating you, do your best to report or inform the police about it. Walk out of a relationship that want to take your life away. You don't have to die for the relationship. You are gaining nothing. Save your life and the life of your community, the life of your children, because so many lives depend on you. And we believe that the law should be the law. The law should be implemented in making sure that mass domestic violence. So Lawrence, it's up to you. Thanks for watching us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric and Hannah. We say thank you to all of our listeners and those that have been following us. We want to say thank you. Keep following us. We will be back anytime soon. So, another topic as it relates to violence. So, we want to say thank you to our CEO. We say thank you for providing us this opportunity to speak on issues that is affecting us in our community, in our society, Liberia at large. We say thank you once more.